Hi, and welcome to Lines on Design. Wow, do we have a show for you today. We're talking about spring cleaning, but this is not your typical spring cleaning washing window segment. Oh no, we are here with Matt Wilhite. Thank you so much for joining us. We are at Howell-Chase HVAC. And I'll tell you what, my head is already spinning. We thought it'd be fun to come and talk to you today about when you should come out, about cleaning your HVAC, and I thought that'd be such a dandy little show to do. Well, we have just been here, for about an hour already, talking about HVAC systems, what I can do as a proactive consumer, and what you can do to help us. I'm really excited. I mean, who knew it was so interesting? Let's talk a little bit about HVAC systems with Matt. We're talking specifically about cleaning systems. What about, when do I need to hire professionals?
We recommend spring and fall.
Okay.
And that's the changing of the season.
All right.
So your summer, you don't want to be sitting around with vacation, with heat.
Exactly.
You don't want to be in the heat of the season and be worrying about, did I change my filter? Did I clean my drain lines? Did I check the pressures of the system? Did I make sure that everything's operating properly so I can get through the season?
So what I really hear you say, you said spring and then
fall.
Fall is when I actually have my systems cleaned.
Yes.
Talk to me about the systems specifically and what I can do myself.
What you can do yourself, and I'm a huge DIY guy, do-it-yourself guy. I love to tell people, hey, you could go to Lowe's, Home Depot, and do the exact same thing we're doing.
All right.
First and foremost, this is a filter.
All right.
This is a standard 1-inch pleated filter. Every system requires one.
Okay.
Filtration runs a gambit of low end all the way to high end.
Okay.
Okay? And it really depends on how clean do you want your air.
All right.
This protects the coil for the system. This protects the indoor coil. This will protect your indoor coil and the air that you breathe and the duct system.
What is this?
This is a Trane Clean Effects air purifier.
Okay.
Every major manufacturer has their own air purifier, their own high-end air purifier that will actually take almost all of the particulates out of the air.
So this is an air filter purifier, if you will.
Yes.
This is an air filter purifier also.
Here's the difference.
Okay.
This will literally block. This will block a rock from hitting your coil.
Okay, got it.
This is hospital air. Oh, there's your difference.
Interesting, interesting. This is the stuff I think would be really interesting when we're talking about spring cleaning and things like that. Talk to me again. We've got ductwork. What is this actually?
This is an air handler.
Okay.
99% of the homes on Hilton Head and Bluffton have an air handler.
All right.
What we have here is, this is your indoor blower section. You have a motor and you have an evaporator coil.
Okay.
This.
Whoa. Here, I'll sit that. You want to sit that? Okay, good.
This is your evaporator coil.
And what does that mean?
What happens is, in long story, but I could shorten it up into as little as possible. You have refrigerant lines running from this coil to your outdoor condensing unit.
Okay,
that condensing unit takes refrigerant and heats and cools it.
Okay.
Okay? Heats it during the winter, cools it during the summer. So what it does is actually pulls all that cool refrigerant into the coil, making that coil sub-temperatures. Okay. And then it actually takes your blower, which is your blower motor, blows air across the coil.
Is it like a refrigerator?
It's like a refrigerator.
Is it really?
It's almost. Imagine if you had a refrigerator with a fan blowing through it.
Now, from a maintenance point of view, what do we do with any of this, or does it matter, or?
With this, I would highly not recommend that a homeowner get in and try to clean their
this
coils.
Is where the pros come in. This is where Matt and his staff comes in.
You could cause much more damage than good, and it's easier for us to do it because we see it every day. You definitely want to keep this clean.
Okay.
You want to get rid of any, what builds here is mold, mildew, you just have stuff from your house. Because
Okay.
you have to imagine all of the air coming into your return, okay?
Okay, air coming into
Air
my
coming
return-
into
yeah.
your return is air that you're breathing.
Okay.
So all the particulates, all the stuff in your air, when you open the door or pet dander or anything you have in the air is going through that return. It's trying to be filtered by your filter.
Got it?
The rest is blowing across this coil.
Okay.
So your coil needs to be cleaned. We recommend at least once a year, if not twice.
All right, let me ask you, I'm going to segue or just kind of go over here a little bit. How do I know what size unit I need for my home? Can you help me figure that out?
We, on either a system replacement or
Okay.
a new construction project where you're building a home, we go to a system called, it's a manual J. It's
Okay.
a load calculation.
Okay.
So we take in consideration your windows, your doors, your insulation in your attic,
Whole kit and caboodle.
the whole kit and caboodle. We
Okay.
put all of that into a nifty little program,
All right.
and it spits out what size you need for your home.
All
what
right.
size system you need for your home.
Let me ask you now a practical question. This is vertical.
Yes.
What is this? I keep looking at this, wondering. And the other thing I wanted to ask you is this, because I know these two were sitting together over here.
Sure.
Okay.
This is a vertical installation.
Okay.
You typically see these in closets. You see them in garages. You see
Older homes, or are they still doing them now?
No, we do them in newer homes. We do them
Okay.
in older homes.
Okay.
They are. It's where do you have the space?
All right, that
where
makes
do you want
sense.
where do you want the mechanical room?
Okay.
Typically, you will see a
stand.
horizontal,
Okay.
which horizontal, vertical. Obviously,
Yeah.
the air handler's laying on its side. This you'll typically see in your attic.
Okay. What is this piece? And then I'm looking at all these. How does all this work? Especially with, wait, you told me that we in Hilton Head are considered subtropical because of humidity, or what's going on?
The HVAC system manufacturers
Okay.
have dubbed our area, and it actually goes from mid-Georgia all the way to the coast of South Carolina as subtropic.
Wow.
And it's subtropic due to extremely high humidity,
All right.
variance in temperatures. I mean, we have really, really hot days, and then we have, it'll actually drop 10 degrees.
Right.
But our one thing that remains constant is our humidity.
Okay.
And, it's marsh, it's everything else. So we are subtropic.
How does that affect the quote unquote spring cleaning efficiency or effectiveness of our units?
You have to imagine your HVAC system,
Okay.
when it's 72 degrees outside,
Okay.
you're looking and you're saying, oh, I'm not really running my system. It's not really doing anything.
Okay.
What it is actually doing is it's dehumidifying. It's nothing but a large dehumidifier at that point. It is pulling moisture from the air.
Okay. I didn't know that.
You can
All right.
you can walk into a home and you can have a temperature of 72 degrees.
Yeah.
And you're walking around the home and you're it
Hot.
feels so
Right.
uncomfortable. It's not comfortable. It's not a comfortable 72.
Mm-hmm.
If you took and measured the relative humidity in the home,
Mm-hmm.
it could be upwards of 65%.
What do you want the humidity of the home to be?
Down, you really want it at 50%.
Okay.
But
I didn't know that.
What,
Okay.
what we push for to be realistic is 55%.
Okay, 55%. Okay, that
That's
makes
a
lot.
realistic number.
Now, and again, just for a couple of tips here, changing pans, is there water in there?
You have
right.
you have here is this is called an auxiliary drain pan. You have to imagine while you're dehumidifiing, what are you doing?
Oh, I'm sucking the
you're
water out.
pulling moisture from the
Right.
air.
Well, you said it so eloquently, yes.
That moisture has to go somewhere.
Okay.
So the water is being sucked out,
Okay.
pulled all the way out of your home.
Wow.
We have calls every summer. I get about 2 a day. Why does it look like there's a running faucet outside of my home? That is literally water being pulled from your indoor air down these pipes and outside.
I wonder how much it actually pulls.
It can pull upwards of on a high end system. You
Okay.
can pull upwards of 90 pints a day.
Oh my gosh.
That's we can get up to 150 you can get up to.
It's almost filling a pool.
It's a mini pool. So we're
crazy.
That's the subtropic.
Let me ask you a question, and I know there's so much to talk about. There's so much to cover. You know, even in walking in the showroom, it's really pretty interesting because you've got things set up that I can actually visually see what's going on in my home with my HVAC system. We would love to have you come back. You know, we've talked about spring cleaning, hopefully giving you a couple of practical tips. I'd like to come back and I'd like to talk about thermostats. See, now I'm learning. I'd like to talk about insulation and ductwork. Okay, I think that would be really interesting. I'd also like to talk about the difference between kinds of train systems, how I know what I can afford. I think that would be really great.
Sure.
Appreciate you coming today. We appreciate all of you joining us here on Lynes on Design. Stay with us. There'll be a lot more to come.